WRLP 97.3 FM Richmond Independent Radio. This is Yancy, the Gothic Lizard, with my show Metal Box. And you were just listening to from the band Overkill from the brand new album The Grinding Wheel. That was their song called The Grinding Wheel, brand new this year on Nuclear Blast. And tonight we have special guests in the studio with me, Brian and Eddie. How's it going, guys?
Good evening. Doing
good,
well.
Man. Very well.
You're doing well.
I am. This is exciting. I'm excited about this.
And we are as well, man.
So, I want to get a little more knee deep into this band. Tell me, first of all, who came up with the name Emperial March? How did that derive?
I think we were sitting around the table eating some Mama Celeste pizzas, and
drinking Schweppes.
And we were drinking Schweppes sodas, and we just kind of was going over some different names, and we just come up with an Emperial March as you know, there's several of us that boring march, so we kind of went with a march theme there. It was like, okay, we need something else catchy, something cool. And, you know, of course, we all like Star Wars, so it's like, there you go.
We thought about Imperial Order, but that was already taken.
Oh,
so taken by a great
yeah.
band. Great band.
Yeah, the stormtroopers got to us first. But that band's no longer now, so you can take it if you want. No, yeah. You guys are marching forward. If you're in order, you just take the order, and it's on back order now, sad to say. But, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how it came to be, man. We thought about it for a little while. We played on it. It just felt good, you know. It's like, man, this is really catchy. It's a good name.
Came together real quick.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I'm gonna end up playing a song from you guys, but before I play it, who would you say was this when it comes to writing in this group? I mean, is it completely a group effort, or are there more primary writers in this group?
I think everybody contributes, you know, and gives valuable input to both the musical direction and also with instrumental parts. You know, what they decide to put on the album. With Fight, I think the way that came about is Eddie and myself, probably back in around 2015, had gotten together a rainy day, and we just got together and sat down and worked out the riff and worked out the drum parts. And then our drummer Roy, who couldn't be here this evening, but he laid down the actual drums that you'll hear tonight. And Kevin, our guitarist, who's also not here this evening, hopefully they'll be here in the future. They contribute their parts, and that's probably what you're going to hear tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, everybody's got an integral part in Imperial March. We're not a dictatorship. You know, I love ideas from each and every individual. You know, it's no fun being in a band when you got somebody that don't listen, you know, to your ideas. You could have the next greatest thing since sliced bread, and you know, somebody's gonna miss it. You know,
it's really interesting, but there's a lot of strobing going on in here. Apparently, having you on the show is like lighting these phones up. And unfortunately, listener, you're going to have to wait a little bit. I will definitely get to you, but I can't answer right now because I'm live on air with these guys. It's just been consistently ringing at the wrong time.
We love it, man. Keep strobing that light.
But please, feel free to call back in like 5 minutes, people. Just give me like 5 or 10 minutes and then call back. I want to answer your call. I always answer the call, but I can't answer the call right now. But tell me about the song Fight. Lyrically and musically, what is the song consistently about? What is it more focused on?
Well, it's kind of focused on you know, you have to stand up for something in life. If you don't stand up for something, you're going to get run over. You know, that's like part of our slogan, you know, join the march or get run over. You know, that's part of Imperial March's stance. And a lot of times injustice goes on, good or bad, whichever way it is, and you need to fight for something. You know, it's not just, you know, sit back and take it, you know. In society that we live in now, things tend to go one way or the other, you know, and it's really, are you fighting for good or are you fighting for bad? What's your choice that you're going to stand up for? You know, me, I'm always going to fight for good. You know, I don't believe in fighting for the wrong side of things. You know, I want to stand up. I want to be a crusader in that. Let's put it that way. But it's not. I mean, we got generations that's going to come after us. Yeah. What are we going to leave behind for them? You know, I want to leave something that they can listen to. They can go back and say, man, that band was really cool. You know, even if we never do another song again, this one song, man, you know, it does it for them. We're a one-hit wonder. Woo!
Well, I've heard at least 3 or 4 of your songs, and I wouldn't say you guys are definitely a one-hit wonder by any means. So,
Thank you.
So just keep writing good stuff. That's, I mean, in the world of metal, it's pretty brutal out there, and there's like a gazillion metal bands right now. I mean, I feel like metal's definitely a lot of, in all genres of the underground scene, whether it be punk, goth, industrial, you know, even indie rock, a lot of these different scenes that went more underground have kind of resurfaced, but it's probably due to our society and things that are going on in the world, and people, I guess, just aren't about the peace, happy, and love right now. I mean, they want to be about love, but people are angry about stuff, and usually the music that most people are going to listen to when they're upset about something is usually metal.
Heavy metal.
Because it gets out the frustration. It allows you, like you said, to kind of stand up for something and unite together. I always think about metal, you know, even in the local scene, it's like, you know, it's a great thought when you can actually try to unite all the metal bands and all different genres to like work together and build the scene more. I know, you know, there's some bands that are real cutthroat and want to be like, oh, I'm the best band, and but you know, every band's doing something different, you know, and there's definitely a lot of different genres. So, you know, there's, you know, a big doom metal and stoner rock scene going on in Richmond that I noticed, and that that was not something that was ever really apparent. It was always mostly death metal, you know, thrash, the crossover between thrash and punk, and you know, there's been hints of progressive, even a little bit of power metal. There was like a couple power metal bands at one point, and that's really hard to be in a power metal band because you just got to be like consistently fast and solid, and there's really hardly any room for error in that kind of genre. That's probably why most of them are over in Europe. Because that's all they do all day. The drummer just sits there and he's like, yeah, going to the bathroom, and he's playing drums. In his sleep, he's playing drums.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, guitar players just constantly sitting there. It's like, oh, this is my job. I get paid to do this in this country. Unfortunately, United States, it's like, no, you have to have like several other jobs in order to make your dreams come true and being a musician. If you don't have a passion for music, forget it. I mean, if you're doing it just for the money, it's going to end really quick.
Real quick, man.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We do it for the love and passion. That's the reason we're in it.
Yeah.
So, I know Kevin and Roy are not here.
Right.
But, like how did, what would you say about Roy and Kevin? What do they really bring to the table with Emperial March?
Well, Roy actually came in from work one day. We was having rehearsal at the studio, and I had this riff going on for a while. And Roy, he come running through the door, and he starts spitting out these words. And I'm going, oh my God, I gotta write this down. So I wrote it down, and of course the words, the way he spit them out, wasn't really rolling off the tongue very well with the riff that I had written. So I kind of rearranged them a little bit, and next thing you know, Lost Your Way come about. That's a song that we have. And so Roy's creativity with his sense of humor and his ability that he brings to the band is a great a great adventure. Let's put it that way. It's a great adventure that he brings to us. Kevin, he's new, and he's a phenomenal player. What he has brought to the band is a uplifting, because we were a three-piece for a long time. It's hard to do things that's in my head and in Brian's head as a three-piece.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we try to pull them off as hard as we could, it just didn't have that sound that we were looking for. And so we wanted to be able to have that ability to be able to have another guitarist in there to pull that weight and be somebody that was as good or better. And you know, Kevin is a phenomenal player. I'll say that to anybody. And he brings what Emperial March was lacking.
Cool.
And one thing good about, if I just interject just
Sure.
real quickly, one thing I'd like to add about both with Roy and Kevin is they're just great, down-to-earth people. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
makes this band, Emperial March, one of the few bands, I should say, it sounds kind of rude to say, but one of the few bands that I've played with where there's no drama. It's not like you're watching a soap opera.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah, that's definitely no drama at all.
Great
When you can be in a band where everybody's chill and relaxed, it makes things a lot more easier and it makes it more fun. I mean, when you lose the fun in the band or the enjoyment of writing music together, that's when you know it's time to hang it up for that band, unfortunately.
You lose a band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you lose a band.
Lose a band.
So we're gonna go ahead and play their single "Fight." This is technically a more up to dated version, so it sounds even more intense than the version I had listened to. So this is my first time hearing this version of it, so I'm real excited. But this is from the band Emperial March. Here's the song "Fight," only on WRIR LP 97.3 FM. Okay.